lot of trouble. Because you people and 62 million other Americans are listening to me right now. Because less than 3% of you people read books. Because less than 15% of you read newspapers. Because the only truth you know is what you get over this tube. Right now, there is an entire generation that never knew anything that didn't come out of this tube. This tube is the gospel, the ultimate revelation. This tube can make or break presidents, popes, prime ministers. This tube is the most awesome goddamn force in the whole godless world. And woe is us if it ever falls into the hands of the wrong people. But man, you're never going to get any truth from us. We'll tell you anything you want to hear. We lie like hell. We'll tell you that Kojak always gets the killer and that nobody ever gets cancer in Archie Bunker's house. And no matter how much trouble the hero is in, don't worry, just look at your watch. At the end of the hour, he's going to win. We'll tell you any shit you want to hear. We deal in illusions, man. None of it is true. But you people sit there day after day, night after night, all ages, colors, creeds. We're all you know. You're beginning to believe the illusions we're spinning here. You're beginning to think that the tube is reality and that your own lives are unreal. You do whatever the tube tells you. You dress like the tube. You eat like the tube. You raise your children like the tube. You even think like the tube. This is mass madness, you maniacs. In God's name, you people are the real thing. We are the illusion.
Okay.
Southeastern corner of Iowa.
Yep.
A young guy named Edward True attended that caucus, and he found that Mitt Romney was given 20 more votes than he actually received.
Paul supporter, you were tallying. You went online that night, posted the results. When did you realize there was a problem, that the tally that you had walked out of there with did not match the tally that was formally reported?
I first found it would have been the afternoon after the caucus. I started checking things, and I seen the numbers reported by the county, and then went on to check it by the precinct. And when I seen it, I actually had to do a double take on it, because first I questioned my own self, and then after seeing it again, I noticed, hey, there's something wrong here.
Alex, I saw an anomaly at the Iowa caucus last night. I was an observer. The votes were being counted, but when they were being collected, the lights turned off.
Oh, the lights turned off. That's like in an old whodunit movie. The lights.
Erica. And we want to add, last night in our newscast, we mentioned that Rick Santorum won the Assembly straw poll, but as you just heard, the winner was actually Ron Paul.
8 for Ron Paul, 7 for Rick Santorum, 5 for Mitt Romney, and there were 2 undecideds. We reported this publicly, we covered it publicly.
So public that McDonald tweeted the results on the night of the 4th. Take a look. But on Monday of this week, hearing all the controversy surrounding the announcement of Governor Romney as the winner, McDonald checked the state party's website and saw that no results had been posted from the Belfast caucus.
The lady on the line said that she had received our tallies, our votes, but hadn't recorded them online yet. And she said Romney with 9, Rick Santorum with 5, Ron Paul with 2. Well, of course, those were not the right numbers, and I told her, you know, I'm sorry, ma'am, those aren't the right numbers. And she said, well, those are the numbers we have. And I said, well, you know, there are 22 Republicans down here in Belfast who would tell you different, because we counted our votes publicly. And it's kind of her, you know, it's in light of that, her voice kind of changed, and she said, thank you very much, we'll record this, and we ended the conversation.
And that is just one of several very strange inconsistencies. You see, dozens of towns on the GOP site are listed as if no one voted, including in Waterville, Maine, home to 15,000 people. A count on the site, as Maine goes, indicates that Congressman Ron Paul may have already won over Governor Romney by 10 votes. Can you say Iowa 2.0?
Disappointed last night, but we were disappointed that the one county where we have done the best in the past, and we were expected to do the best, they canceled their caucus.
America, the world's greatest democracy, and at its heart, the vote, the will of the people. But how do you know if the vote is counted correctly? And if you don't know, then what have you got? Democracy?
If
our views, keep growing in popularity as they are, it's a real threat to the establishment. So the establishment is well protected in many of those individuals that control the 5 major networks.
Let's talk about Ron Paul, because he just won another straw poll in California, and he keeps winning straw polls, but I guess if history is any gauge, it doesn't really mean very much.
You don't need a majority. You need, what he said, was an irate, tireless minority willing to start the brush fires of freedom in the minds of man.
I am gaining recognition in the campaign, and it's a threat to a lot of people. It's a threat to the military-industrial complex. It's a threat to the bankers, the big corporations who get all the benefit. It's a threat to the people who preach that we have to be in the world and be in all these countries. So I think it's big banks, big money, big corporations, and the people who want to be the
I want to start with your first column, talking about the GOP, and they're going to need to fire somebody and how they're going to have to go about doing that. Tell me, first of all, who's going to need to be fired?
No one's really going to be fired, but it's no secret that Ron Paul is not going to be the nominee in the Republican Party for President of the United States. And he's going to have to exit stage left in the next several months. And how he does that and how effectively it's done will have a big bearing on the outcome of the race. It's no different than when you fire an employee or an employee leaves a company. You've got to be sure on the way out people are treated with dignity and respect. And the GOP is going to have to give Ron Paul all the dignity and respect and courtesy that they possibly can to keep his unique set of followers in the fold.
So how do they go about doing that? Because it's never easy to fire somebody. It's always a delicate situation. But here you have this hero of the libertarian movement. You have entrenched supporters. So how do you go about giving him his due, do you think? It's not a horse in this race.
Oh, yeah, without question, I'm a Mitt Romney supporter.
What the hell is going on? It's pretty amazing. I mean,